And happy Friday afternoon, Friday evening, Friday morning, depending on the part of the world that you're in. Just another boring Friday at the office, man. Let me tell you, no news, nothing exciting, no new champions announced, nothing like that. It was just a boring old day. Just nothing. Nothing. I heard something about some type of live stream, so I thought I would, troll everybody and clickbait you by putting a title out there saying we were going to discuss it. Hey, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, I can't go there yet. Wait. There we go. We can do that on the screen. Whoa, what a way to start us off. Thank you, Shaft. Thank you. Does it heal you? No, in a way, yes. Because you killed yourself and then you revived. How about that? So Shaft is now our stream boss again. He got hurt, and then he healed. So there we go. And welcome Vernon and Lefty Raiders. So yeah, nothing going on in the world of MCOC. Not a thing. I don't know what you're all doing here. I don't know why you're watching all these recap streams. They announced nothing. But thank you again, Shaft. Much love, much appreciation. Thank you, sir. So, we'll talk about the live stream some. We'll play a little bit of Battlegrounds. We'll probably have to jump in and do Alliance Quest because we started a day late, which I do not like. I don't like it. I'm going to say it again. I don't like it, but howdy Mike Hill, Hoopster, Show, Vernon, and Shaft. Thank you. So, you know what? Let's go big screen so I can start pulling up some information we can talk. All right, I think I've got everything set up here for this, so we're going to find out. Forgot about Groot being part of Heart of Fire. In a way, I was a little bit excited. Hey, the other black man, what's going on? I was a little bit excited when they did Groot, because you know what I was hoping that they would say at the same time? That they had buffed him. I wouldn't personally mind him, but then you saw the little thing up there said not launching on May 7th, so my little bit of excitement lasted about that long. But anyway, they did announce some good stuff. There's some good stuff coming. We'll get to all of it. Everybody just relax. Take a deep breath. Let it all soak in. Let it all flow. So, let's see if this works. I took a bunch of screenshots while we were doing this. Will it work? Hey, what do you know, it works. So, there we go. First thing they announced, new Valiant event quest. I like the format. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Is the format of this looks really good. 6 quests, 1 quest per path. Now, I don't think it's going to be easy. Just my feelings on it. I don't think it will be exactly easy. 15 fights per path. That's a lot of fights on one path. So you're still doing a large number of fights. I mean, you're looking at, what is that, 6 times 15, so that's what, 30, 60, 90 fights to clear Valiant EQ. The nice thing is they don't make you clear the other EQ first. Thank goodness. And you can do the, whatever the thing is I haven't done yet. Paragon Gauntlet. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. And that was not coming into my head one way at all. So you can do that without having to complete everything, which is really, really nice. So, we've got that coming up. This has me worried. Class restriction, need 14 champs, the same class. I do not have 84 champs. Okay. That is, I think, why it is restricted a little bit. Well, as far as two Valiant players. You're probably going to have to use maybe some 6 stars for it. Now, it says, what I'm assuming, it doesn't say it's restricted to the champion. Okay? So you could use a 7-star, I don't know, you could use a 7-star Nick Fury. I'm just going to use him as the example. You could use a 7-star Nick Fury. Okay? And then you could use the 6-star Nick Fury. So I think that way, if it works kind of like what the other ones did, you could use the 7 and 6-star version of the same champion. So, and I mean, you can use revives. So even if you have to use a 6-star, it doesn't say that it says it's class restricted. It does not say it is 7-star restricted. So I would think 6-star, or what? Well, you may have to level some up. That is the thing when you start getting into this and other game modes. That new competitive game mode that they're talking about was, I think, going to be probably pretty similar to this. They're getting into this where they want to help people who have wide rosters and not just narrow. You have 6 champions that you have rank 4, and you haven't ranked anybody else up. So they're trying to let people use more of the champions, expand those rosters out, have people rank up your Groots and things like that, just to be able to do it. Now, I can't say that, even with my roster, I don't know if I've got that many. Let's just look at 7-star. Let's just go here with Science. Science is one of my bigger classes. There's, 6? Yeah, I've only got 11 rank 2 or higher. Oh, no, I don't. That's rank 2. 12, 13, 14. So I've got 14 rank 2 or higher. Or something like that on Science. And that's one of my bigger ones. There we stop at Bullseye. So about 14, 15. This stops at Sauron, so only 12 mutant. That one stops at Beta Ray Bill, so about 15 there. Now I guess Tech is one of my deeper ones. Because we go to Starkey, so that's got 24. So, and then this one goes down to Wolvie. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. Yeah, we'll get into the Heart of Fire. It kind of believe it or not, as good as the announcement was, when they put up there one that you're gonna have to chase the Cosmic Champion, that dampened my spirit a little bit. He's just rank 2. I got to rank him up at some point in time, but I've been waiting for the right moment. So, kind of this. I'm excited for this. We'll have to see how it does. I like that they're willing to say it's only for 2 months, and they're going to try something else after the 2 months. So if we don't like it, voice it. If you love it, voice it so that we get in there. Yeah, I agree. It's not okay. Well, let's kind of go down. That's the big stuff. There's the Valiant EQ rewards. I do like this. I think this is very nice. 150 units for doing it. That's not bad. But you get a full 7-star, roughly almost half a Titan. A little bit over a third of I guess that's about a third. Roughly a third of a tier 7 basic. Some shards to an awakening gem, some sig stones. Thank God they're finally putting some sig stones in, some content that you can clear. A full 6-star relic, going to be important, and tier 4 basic alloy. So, they'll help you rank some stuff up there as you go. They're not the path rewards. I think that's the total. It's got the highlights. He said there's some other stuff in there. So these are the highlights. These are the ones he picked out. So I would assume this is exploration and not path rewards, or it could be, complete one path, get 7,500 7-star shards, 4,000 Titan. I don't know. So he said there was other things in there. So my guess is this is roughly equates to exploration. But very, very nice. I think it's a good start to the Valiant EQ. And he said the things that you're going to fight in there are the equivalent of Thronebreaker fights. So you're just going to have more fights on the path, having to use a new champion for each one. They don't heal up when you use the choice node, which is really intriguing. So you're going to have to go 15 fights without healing or using revives and heals somewhere along the way. Keeping going. This is nice. The PC-based version, if you want to play on the PC, coming May 15th. I will be playing on the PC for a little bit. I will be doing a lot of my auto questing, probably a lot of my arena play and all that on PC. I don't think I'll do Battlegrounds. I don't think I'll do War. Anything that's important that will cost me resources, I don't think I'll do on PC yet until I learn it. They don't heal up. Correct show. Yeah, he said Thronebreaker fights. Don't heal up in between. We can go back up to it here. I wish you would have put it on one of the slides, but yeah, Thronebreaker equivalents. Don't heal up. Have to swap between unique champions for all fights. So really, the big thing there is, to me, you're just going to have to fight clean. For me, it's also going to mean it's going to be a pain in the butt to run with recoils on. But I think that's okay. All right, so we got the PC version. We're going to kind of skip over that. He looks really, really good. What do you guys think of Cyclops? We'll kind of go through these champions one at a time. Thoughts on good old blue Cyclops here? I saw that deep dive before today. He ain't bad. Hey, Ice, what's going on, man? I'm feeling okay about some things, not okay about others, and we'll get into it here as we go. Yeah, bullseye counter, baby. Thank goodness. We need more bullseye counters. I like the new adrenaline mechanic. It'll be interesting to see how that works. He will be a little bit of a ramp-up champion. Well, Abyss there. We'll talk about that as we get down to it. I don't know how I feel on that yet. So really, really excited. If you're doing the track event, I don't know where I'm at. That's one thing I wanted to check. So I'll hide this screen and we can see where I'm at in the track. So I still have, there it is. So day 84. So I've got that one already claimed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 days I've got to wait. Which isn't terrible. I could buy one of the things to get him sooner, but I probably won't because he's probably not going to get ranked up right away. But he might. We'll see. He'll go to, I think, at least rank 3 if I get him. Because the other thing that I've got, I think, is that. I don't know. Well, I'll have to look at what his awakened abilities and all that are. But there we go. So we get him fairly soon if you've done the double track event. And I do, if you don't spend on a game or have limited resources, I highly suggest probably going with the double track events. There are so many rewards in this thing that it more than pays for itself. Between the boosts, between the units, between all the other stuff that you get. Oh my goodness, it is, whew, there's a lot of stuff in there. So if you can't afford much and you can afford to do the double track events, they are worth it. If you play every day. Not worth it so much if you don't. All right, let's see. With it would be wish it would be Hulkling, but I'm pretty hyped about Dark Phoenix. I get the platinum double track every time. Yeah, so do I. It's just a good event. Fairly easy to do. Great rewards as you go through it. So going to be a great champion in Cyclops. Yelena, I've got to look more into her. We'll see. She's unique in the kind of observation and elimination modes where in observation she doesn't do a whole lot of damage and it takes a while to get up there. I mean, it is almost up to a special 3 before you start doing damage. And then you do damage for a limited window and then you have to build back up again. How many units needed for max? It was 36,900. So yeah, Ice got it in there. I'm thinking it's probably going to be the same amount this year. Well, they've said it's going to be practically the same amount, which means you need to spend 36,900 to max it out to get your Dark Phoenix. So Yelena, I'm going to have to play around with her, to be honest. I'm not sure I like that, where you don't do damage and then you do damage. I'm not sure I like the reverse mechanic either. To me, it leaves me open for, oh, I think it's going to be reverse. Oh, nope, the timer ran out before he hit into me. That type of thing. That means I will not be getting Dark Phoenix. Yeah, at least not right away. They'll eventually put her in for other, well, maybe. You know, a lot of the Omega Days ones aren't in there, but they did offer them in Red and Dead. You could get the selector, which I did on my mini. I decided on my mini for the Red and Deadpool shields, I was going to awaken my Sentinel. I could have gone Deadpool, I could have gone Medusa, but I've got those on this account. I wanted, you know, an awakened Sentinel. It was filled something I didn't have on the mini. Yeah, so I would think, you know, there'll be other opportunities to get Dark Phoenix in there. It is going to be for a while, though. She is a chase champion in this event. She is going to be unique to those who chase her. That is the downside. I think they'll have some money deals as well, Ice. I guarantee it. They give you points towards the event. So I don't know if I'll spend. You know, I'll have roughly 10K units. Well, 8K units after the event's over. That may be enough for me for a while. I can build back up. Oh, these were Glorious Guard. Yeah, but it's the same type thing. Yeah, I guess those were Glorious Guardians. I don't know if we've seen. Have we seen the other ones come back in? Yeah, there were some in here. Wasn't it this one maybe? Where you could select out of it? I don't know. I am sure they will introduce some way for it. Because I know we've seen those selectors somewhere else where you could get some of the other champions. For example, I've got Longshot on my mini account, and I didn't do anything for Omega Days on that. So I don't know. There was something else that allowed us to get him at some point in time. Yeah, Ice, and that's kind of where I'm probably going to be. All right, so there's Yelena. The Phoenix rework. She's got potential. I think she's going to be very matchup dependent. Valentine's Day. Okay, that may be where I got it then, Show. Thank you. So, you know, though I think they'll sprinkle her in somewhere. You know, I kind of wish that they hadn't done it that way. I understand why they did it that way, but wish they hadn't. And we'll get into that here in a minute. You know, we'll get down to those slides. So, you know, the Phoenix rework, she's going to be okay. I don't think she's going to be game breaking. I don't think it's going to be one that everybody's got to have. Yeah, I think that must have been where it was, Amjad. Hey, Minkle. I used to spend a lot, then the realization of, being a never-ending cycle dawned on me. Yeah, and that's the thing. Do you need Dark Phoenix? Let's scroll ahead to her. Do you need any of this? Do you need Incinerate Immune? Maybe. Do you need Nova Flame Immune? Maybe. Do you need somebody who converts their buffs to passives if they're nullified? Maybe. You know, you got Safeguard. Do you need it? Maybe. I don't think there's anything in there that says this is a must-have champion. You know, nothing that says you can't play this game unless you have Dark Phoenix. I can't think of one piece of content having her will make it easier to complete than anybody else. Yeah, that they called her Dark Phoenix, called her New Hurricane. Yeah, she's not. You know, she's got the immortality. She's got a nice heal. You've got to work for that heal. I think she's going to be a bigger pain on defense than she is on attack. Yeah, you know, she's going to have counters. You know, I think there's enough smart people on the Kabam side now that they know that. She's more like Eye-Hulk. Exactly. Very good. You know, a Cosmic Eye-Hulk with Nova Flame. I think that's a very good comparison from what I've seen so far. There will never be a fight where there isn't another option unless Kabam. Yeah. So I think while she's great, I don't know if I'm going to chase her. I'm going to stick to my guns and say, if I pull Nick and I pull Future Ant-Man early on, I'm going to be done. So let's take a look at that. There's the champions. So APOC, Nick Fury, I-Bomb, Tigra, Future Ant-Man, Dark Phoenix. For $36,900, you'll get 2 copies of Dark Phoenix at the final milestone. Not 1 copy, 2. So she will be awakened SIG 20, but you have to spend 36,900 units to get there. I might go up as high as the 3 to 4 Heart of Fire rank up gem. That I've got 2 rank 4s I can do. I don't need to go that high. The Awakening gem is great. The 2 champions I want to awaken, I already have gems for. 200 Heart of Fire SIG stones. The 1 champion I want to take up to SIG 200, I've already got the 200 SIG stones for. 7-star Heart of Fire crystals. That's what we want. Yeah, the odds of getting them are now 1 in 5 versus 1 in 6. So slightly better odds. I don't know if this I don't know if Dark Phoenix entices me enough to go all in. Oh, well, I have Mystic Stone. I've got generic stones show, but Tigra, if I pull her, ain't ever getting ranked up. So I don't know. I will have to see what the milestones are for like the 3 to 4. You know, it would be nice to not have to use my Awakening gems on Nick or on Future Ant-Man, and save them for somebody else. But I don't know. I'm still very much, as long as I get them, I can awaken them. There was nothing in the write-up or the description here that says, hey, you have to spend 36,900 units. There was nothing in that enticed me to want to do that. I have a Mystic waiting, no chance I'm using it on Tiger. Yeah. I don't know. Let me see what I've got. I know I've got a generic, I've got a mutant, tech, and cosmic, I think. Yeah. Generic, cosmic, mutant, tech. And I've still got 40 of these I've got to use at some point in time. Probably have to go put those into King Gritty here. So yeah, I don't, that's what I'm saying. I think while the announcement of this was great, I like that they kept it a secret. I like, in a way, that it wasn't Hulkling or somebody like that. At the same time, it took my excitement of saying, hey, I could spend 36,900 and said, meh. Maybe the 3 to 4 gem is at 25,000 units and I'd stop there. What are your thoughts? Does this announcement make you more willing to go all in and spend 36,900 units? Now, if Yusafa's in here, yes, I understand Yusafa will be going for it. No doubt. You can spend 100 pounds possibly, but that's it. So I'm out. Well, that's the thing. Are you out? You've got a 1 in 5 chance to get Nick Fury, Future Ant-Man. You may be able to get lucky and pull, the champs you want back to back. 3 to 4 gem is good. That's kind of where I'm thinking, show. I've got the units to go further, but do I have to? Do I want Dark Phoenix? Yes, eventually I will say, yes, I want to catch them all. But this is the first time, and I hate saying this. I loved the Omega Days event yesterday. Last year, I went all in. I spent 36,900 units. What I ended up not getting out of that I got her later. I can't remember where. Whoops, you can't even see it because I've still got that up. I got her later on. I don't remember what event I got her out of. She still sits at rank 1. I mean, if I had awakened her during that event, I probably would have ranked her up by now. But she sits unawakened. Oh, and Starkey's rank 1. He's not even ranked up beyond rank 1. So I was wrong there. So I feel less inclined to spend 36,900. Oh, I've got Bastion already burning, and he's rank 3. My Ultron's not leveled up either. Not leveled at all. As a matter of fact, I have not put one brick of ISO in him. Do I have any rank up gems? I might. I might have saved some. There's a couple 1 to 2s. There's 4 of them. And there's 3 2 to 3s. I will take Ultron up when he gets awakened. I am refusing. After all the crappy raid rewards I've gotten, and I've not, he's going to sit there. He's going to sit there unranked until I awaken him. I think every raid I ran, I usually ended up with like tier 4 class catalysts. I think one time I got like 5,000 Titan crystal shards. Was probably the best I've ever pulled out of there. So, on principle, he's sitting there until he's awakened. There's just, sometimes I've got to do stupid stuff like that just to make this fun. So yeah, I have 4 1 to 2 and 4 2 to 3 just waiting for these champs. Luckily, yeah, I've got enough. I guess I can hide this again. I've got enough over here. Where are my catalysts? There they are. So I mean, I've got 68 tier 6 basics. I've got enough tier 7 for 2 new tier 7 or new rank 4s there. I've got 14 tier 4 alphas, so there's enough there for 2 rank 4s, and then a bunch of tier 3s. So the tier 4s and the tier 7 will go to the rank 4s, and then I've got 3. I wish I had some more tier 4 alpha, so I kind of got to be. We'll have to plan my level ups accordingly. But hey, Jason, what's going on? I got a few 6 stones. I haven't really been using them because, well, I haven't really needed them. Got 54 there. I've got 49. I've been planning for a little while. I've got these that I can use as well. I don't know if any of the new ones are romance champions coming, but I've been saving those. They may end up going into null, to be honest. Lots of big rank up decisions to be made by lots of people. Well, I can tell you, my first one's already made. Nick Fury, rank 4, SIG 200, as quickly as I can do it. You're 15k T7B away from another rank 4. Hopefully I'll pull a banger from Hall of Fame. Yeah, you can't tell. I'm not a sports fan at all. Heart of Fire. Anyone except for I-Bomb is a W. I-Bomb's not bad either. I-Bomb isn't bad. He's a little slower. He's probably not the best Battlegrounds champ, but he can catch people. So not a terrible champion there. Although I'd rather get someone other than APOC too. Yeah, APOC is the one to me. As much as I loved APOC, and I took the 6-star up fairly early on. I like APOC, but he's the one mutant champion that I go, yeah, I'll use him in one fight, and then I'll put on Horseman on somebody, and then never use him again. Domino and Null or SIGs are great. Yeah, it's probably Domino's at 180. I'm not putting any into her until they give me something other than just some additional Titan shards for it, like a Max Sig crystal or something. I don't go above that with Sig stones. I'll stop at 180 and then leave that 20 in case I pull her again. So yeah, Nick to R4. I think future Ant-Man, if I pull him, he's going to R4. Of the other ones, Tigra, I may not put anything into unless there comes another Karina's challenge or something I need to use her. She might sit unleveled right there next to Ultron. I-Bomb, at least to rank 2, if not rank 3, pretty early. It's Tigra, Fant, close second, Nick like 1% away, and then the rest. You know, to me, Tigra is the odd man out. APOC will probably only go to rank 2 right away. I-Bomb will probably only go to rank 2, with Nick and future Ant-Man going to rank 4. And Dark Phoenix probably not going to be picked up. Unless I'm feeling... Unless at that point, by the time I get there, I haven't pulled Nick Fury and future Ant-Man yet. That is the only thing that will keep driving me on. You know, if I've gotten 15 copies of Tigra and no Nick and no future Ant-Man, I'm going to keep going. Hey, Garbert, what's going on? It did well in BG3. Did we face you in war? Is that it? I don't remember. Who'd we face in war? I don't fight in war. I cleared my fights, yeah. I cleared mine without dying. That's all I know. But GG's. As far as war goes, you know, war is war. A lot of folks don't heal up, don't boost. So yeah, we don't push. We are BGs focused, thus the name. So yeah, we have a lot of deaths that don't count. You know, we'll have some nodes that people die 20 times to. We don't care. We don't heal up between fights. I do. A lot don't heal up between fights. A lot don't boost. It is what it is. I do it just because it's fun. And I try to jump in early and take some of the harder fights. But anyway, that video will be out tomorrow. So yeah, there we go. Radiance, a lot of good news here. A lot of good news on Radiance. Oops, you can't see it. Let's get back to it. So, you know, I like that they said they were going to update it 3 to 4 times a year. Very, very nice there. I like the consolidation of other currencies. There is just too many currencies. That's just too much to keep track of. You know, there is, let's see, looking at it, there's 15 different currencies in the resource summary, plus the 3 at the bottom, so 18 possible different currencies, which you can't see because I've got it up there, so, you know, there we go. There's the 18. 15, sorry. I can do maths. Yeah, so that's kind of what we do. We're map 8, chill war. Just battlegrounds. That's our focus. So I really like the idea of the exclusive chase items like Magic. I didn't grab a screenshot of that, but you know, she's on this next one. You know, that's the good thing about a BG's focused alliance. You know, we may put a little bit of pressure on Prestige now that, and I'll get to those shots coming up here in a minute, now that Prestige will be more important. But AW ranked rewards, everybody down to Gold 6 is going to benefit from Radiance. That's very nice. AQ, it comes out, you know, we have to wait till June for the Radiance. You know, okay, I can wait. You got the 7-star Magic. Now, if you caught it, she's going to be reworked, i.e. nerfed. It is going to be a new version of Magic. It will be Magic, and I bet you she will have some of her kit, but she's not going to have everything. She is not going to be, hey, get to a special 2, spell lock them, drain their power, they can never throw another special again. Champion. I guarantee you they break that quick. They may let you drain or may let you power lock, but they're not going to keep it so that you can keep that on there full time. So, yeah, they're going to keep her strong, but I don't think it's going to be like I guarantee you it won't be like she is now. So I like that. And then here we go. So there's the Radiance for raids. To give you an idea, we finish roughly about 40 in that kind of range, 46 at 4 BGs. So we would be looking at roughly 33,000 Radiance, which is nice. If we push a little bit in prestige, we can probably get top. We could move easily into the top 45. I don't think we could get above that. So we'd get to that 43,000, which I think is going to be good. Very, very nice boost there, in addition to some of the other stuff that you already get. I'll take it. Now, AQ, once again, roughly in that 31 to 46 for 4 BGs. So every week, somewhere between 16 and 21,000. I don't know where, I can't remember exactly on my mini where we finish, but, we'd be getting some every week as well. Just nice. Let me go look. Let me bring it up. I can't remember. Give me 1 second while my mini account loads up. I don't know. No, so the thing about it is they're trying to get it so that you don't necessarily have to focus on every game mode. That you can pick and choose what you want to do and still get the same, get good rewards. Now, granted, if you do everything, if you jump in and you do everything, you're going to benefit. You're going to get better rewards and things like that. We finished. Thank you for telling me, game. I don't know how you can check anymore. I don't know if the mail is still there that I've got. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to answer a question for my mini. Let's go to red. I don't know. Doesn't let you look anymore. On the leaderboard, it doesn't even tell us what place we finished at. Maybe I can go here. Rank rewards. There we go. We were 1,700 to 2,200. So we were right here. So we'd get 3,500, Mike. Who's better, Luke Cage or Void in 6-star? Depends. It depends, High. It depends on what you need them for. Void is Awakened. Void is a very good champion if you're trying to control, health. If you're trying to control power gain, adds in the Incinerate immune, adds in some unique stuff that he can do. But he does need Awakened and preferably high sig. Luke is very good at controlling power. So, yeah, 36K isn't going to take long to build up. And then we've got Alliance War, which this will be nice. As a Plat 3 Alliance, 75,000 per season isn't bad. For not pushing, not trying real hard. Even down to Plat 6, which is 40,000. Your Gold 6 at 15. Nice little bonus on top of everything else that you get. For completing missions, if you're Luke's Awakened and you struggle, his little invulnerable that he gets is nice to have. He's bleed immune, which is nice for questing. You don't really need Incinerate immune that much. You may want to look into to Luke Cage. Luke, I don't know if Luke is mid. He's not the greatest, but he's not mid. So very, very nice here on the Alliance War ranked rewards. Some nice little boosts, some nice, we'll see. A lot of it will depend on what you want out of the Radiance store. I don't have the Radiance. Let's go in there and look. There we go. So, I mean, for example, you finish gold 6, you get 15,000 Radiance. Okay? You can't get top end. You can get, you can get some shards. You can get stuff that's probably appropriate for gold 6 level. What is that? 15,000. I wish they would do these in order so that you would cap out. So 15,000. You can get almost a 7-star if you bought all the shards. You get about half a 7-star. You can get a couple tier 4 alphas, which is nice. You can't quite get a tier 7 basic, but you can see that is the big dog. That is, kind of the chase thing right now. The tier 4 alphas aren't bad. You can get 2 tier 4 alphas, so you can get almost a rank 3 extra with the Radiance. There's an Abyss Nexus. Yeah, there you go. 10 Abyss Nexus selectors in there. So very, very nice there. And when you start looking at weekly, you go up to Alliance Quest, and weekly for me, like I'm going to be getting 16,000 a week. I can get 2 tier 4 a week just based on it. Yeah, I would use this for rank up materials. You get enough crystals and all that other places. I don't think I'll buy very many crystals. I may buy Titan shards or something like that. If I'm 1,800 away from a Titan and I'm really feeling lucky, I may buy Titan shards. But I would use these stores for non-RNG based rank up materials. Those things that you can control. You've got class selectors. You've got things like that. That's what I would use these for. Use other modes to get your shards, your RNG based. Some people are still chasing 7-star deathless pieces if you missed one. I like that the boosts are in here. Those are some big boosts that you can't get anywhere else without spending units. So, the mastery point. The awakening shards are too expensive. Yeah, they're kind of up there with the tier 7B. They want those to be a chase item. I'm not going to chase it unless I was 1,000 away. If I had 9,000 awakening gem shards, maybe. That's 1 week of AQ. Maybe I would do it at that point. But they can update that as they go, which is going to be nice. So Battlegrounds, what's next? We've got dynamic matchmaking by tier, dynamic win or loss impact by tier, decay to reduce parking, removal of the accept and decline button. Oh, the 100. Yeah, I would not buy a full awakening gem. No reason to do that. There are enough champions that are good enough that you don't need to buy a whole awakening gem's worth of shards. That's only if you're shy like 1,000. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it if it's anything else. Yeah, 500 away, I can see that. So, some nice changes to Battlegrounds coming. Now, here we go. Now, I'm gonna temper this with We don't know exactly how this will be implemented. Okay? We don't know how the scoring is going to work. But after several seasons, like the last 15, they've been trying to make it so that each individual's, plural, death doesn't count as much. So if you mess up a fight and you die once, they've been trying to minimize that impact. Okay? They've been trying to, minimize the impact of one person just having a bad fight. Okay? So that's been their goal all along. Let's minimize the impact of one bad fight. One bad matchup. One matchup you couldn't bring somebody for, and you have to kind of concede, almost concede a death to it, but you'll get it down maybe on one revive. Now here, you got 10 fights. You got 10 people per battle group. Everybody's got to take a fight. Fights focused on RPG asks. Random is the first initial in that. What happens if RNG, and it's actually role-playing game asks, but it's random. What happens if you get just crappy stuff? What happens if you just can't do it? I don't think it's hidden nodes. Hey, we just kind of been going down through the live stream. You missed the first half of it. Nothing big, AB. I don't know how I feel on this. I'm going to have to see the scoring. I'm going to reserve my complete judgment for it. I like the fact that it should be much quicker. You got one fight. You've got 2 champions to bring in. Go to town. But if they keep it like current, where you lose for every death onto the node, which I'm sure you will, you literally then, as an alliance, you're only as strong as your weakest link. I don't think this will speed up alliance war planning for those planners out there. Congrats. Life got a whole lot easier for you. But having been somebody that was kicked because I was the weakest link, this right here ramps it up. What if you have a great friend, he's got a great roster, he's got a lot of champions, he can do a lot of things, his roster is wide, it's not so stacked high. All that diversity that you've been focusing on for the first 57 seasons of war, gone. Not a great fighter. He's normally, let's say he's normally the backup. You throw him in, if somebody needs help with one fight. Calling out Curb Bros, right? No, I'm not calling out anybody. Every battleground, or every alliance has those people that aren't as strong fighters. GT40, they are stacked with 30 great players, but they have people that aren't as strong as others. It is the way it is. I mean, it's just that way. You know, and you can cover it up in a map of 50 fights. You know, I say I'm the weak link, but I really excel in taking down Enchantress. For whatever reason, I don't have any problems with her. I can fight her perfectly. I can be saved for that one fight out of 50. There's no hiding them now. Exactly, Show. There's just no way. So you can't hide that weak person anymore. Maybe you can. Maybe one of the matchups isn't too bad. But, you know, if the map is Zola, 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 because diversity doesn't really matter. Maybe you have 3 people who really just can't fight them. So that's what I'm saving my judgment on this. I need to see it. I need to see the scoring. I need to see, it says defender diversity and attack bonus tuned accordingly. What does that mean? Do you have the leeway of dying once and it not being a big impact? What I would like to see in the scoring, if you're going to do it this way, is your first death, I'm just going to use small numbers for now. Your first death, you lose 10 points. Okay? You just screwed up. Your first death, 10 points. You die a second time, it's 25 points. You die a third time, it's 50. A fourth time, it's 100. So escalate it. You're making the health pools bigger. You're putting in some RPG asks, so you're going to have to pay attention a lot more. You're limiting diversity. You know, allow for a death that does not necessarily kill you outright. You know, because as it stands right now, you got any node, you've got three tries, you're out. All deaths count accordingly, all the same. To me, if I was doing it, it would be low value on the first death. Hey, you died. Okay, not a big deal. It happens. Happens to everybody. Some of the fights are hard. Happens. Happens in GT40. They die. You know, whoever it is, they die occasionally. The second time on the same node goes up. The third time goes even higher. Fourth time even higher. You know, make it so, for example, 4BGs here, you don't want to die 20 times on a node because it's going to keep escalating the point deduction. No. According to this, there are 10 fights. Each summoner takes 1 fight per battle group. You cannot have a backup. Which also means you have somebody who's going to be out of town over a weekend. War starts Friday night. They're not going to be available Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You've lost. No, Minkle, I have no idea on the secret codes, and I really don't care. I hate that process, what they're doing. You have a battle group of 10 people. One person has to quit, has to leave, goes in the hospital, on vacation, leaves the alliance. You're done. All that time trying to make it so you had 9 people that could clear the map. You didn't need all 10. You need all 10 now. I like the thought. I like the concept. We'll have to see how the scoring is. There are big downsides to this one. You know, especially not so much at the upper end. At the upper end, this is fine. You know, at the upper end, you're going to have 30 people. They're not going to leave you high and dry. You're gonna be able to find a way to get it done. Your gold alliances, that ain't always the case. Yeah, they're coming out with a toned down magic. That is it's going to be a Radiance chase item coming next year. Not 2025, it'll be 2026. So, yeah, I've got concerns here. We'll have to see. They're only going to try it for one season, so that's nice. But it's only one season. What if the tuning of it is off? What if it's just too easy? Everybody clears the map without dying at all. Hey, congrats, Jonas. Congrats on your 7-star. It's only a one redemption thing. So if he claimed it and redeemed it, that's his. That's it. That's why I don't care about it. So yeah, I've got big concerns on the Alliance War front. Relics. Can I get an amen? There's that. We're gonna do that for Relics. You know, we're gonna do that for Relics. You know, there's just, thank goodness they're coming back. All those shards I've been saving up. Finally use them again. Not opening any more. No more Relic. I will not open another Relic crystal until they're out. Oops, wrong tab. So I don't know what I've got right now. I've got a few 5-star. Hey, I've got an Exalted Crystal I can open up. I've got one 6-star, but I'm going to be saving now. Yeah, the reward I think they said was a 7-star crystal. So yeah, Relics be coming back. I'm looking forward to that. No time frame. And then here they start talking about the new game mode. You can see some of the screenshots in there. They're not real clear. So we'll have to see. Looks like a series of fights. Looks like the further along you progress, the more points you get. The goal being get to the end. I do see this little, it's hard to see, but here, right there, if you zoom in on it, which I'll try to do here, it says play again, and there's a unit cost. I think. That looks like it's 20 units there to play again. And we've got a full breakdown of just came out in a chat. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let me get this set up here. We have a full breakdown on Alliance War. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's jump into it since we're talking Alliance War. Let's see if I can get this formatted a little bit better. There we go. Hey, Max, what's going on? Okay, Hi all, and welcome to another changelog for Season 58. We're excited to share with you the first experimental season of Alliance War. We've been looking forward ways to spice up Alliance War in small but impactful ways. Okay, great. Great. To help rejuvenate Alliance War, we wanted to focus on fights that feel meaningful and make clear, simpler asks the summoners on both attack and defense by reducing the complexity of these sprawling maps down to only 2 mechanics. Okay? Only one of which is threatening on each of the 10 nodes. The idea is for each battle group member to face a single supercharged big thing boss per battle group member, challenger, expert, and elite players. As usual, who these 10 defenders are and where their place is up to your opponents. Using only 2 attacking champions, you then face a fight with only a single added mechanic to bolster the defender's threats. Okay? Buffs. Big Thing Force Charge are gained via Big Thing Challenge nodes, each increasing the damage the defender takes by 25%. Force charges last 10 seconds and are paused while below 20 stacks. Force charges are below 20 stacks and expire one at a time, expiring 5, 8, 10% more quickly for each active. Okay. Summoners that play into the new challenge nodes listed below will be able to access insane amounts of damage. Okay. When one of the defender's prowess effects are invalidated or when they are immune to a prowess buff, gain 4% force charges. If the defender is struck while they are suffering from cowardice, gain 1 force. Okay. So you get buffs, it looks like, as you're going down through. Looks like 1 for tech. 1 for cosmic, so immune to nullify. When auto block fails or their auto block is broken, gain 1 force charge. When the attacker's combo passes multiples to 10. So I don't want to do this one. I hate being forced to intercept. Debuff control. Okay, they're talking about bigger whenever the defender purifies, cleanses, or immune to a debuff. Okay. Buff control. When the attacker purifies or cleanses a debuff or is immune to an effect, they gain 2 force charges. I don't know why that's good health, but okay. Okay, so a bunch of buffs that you can get, it looks like, as you're going through. Holy moly. Each node will be given a sizable health boost. 12,000%. Just a small health boost. And a challenge that will allow the player to earn force charges and increase their overall damage dramatically. These fights can end up being very long, and timing out is a real possibility. Yeah, it's a W for planners. It does make planning a lot easier. You want to make sure your team of 2 attackers is equipped to balance the threats of the defender with a need to build and keep force charges. Perhaps you want a backup to give you a second shot at taking down these big things, or maybe a key synergy for your main attacker will serve you better. Holy moly. For defending alliances, your job is simple. Place defenders that either make it more difficult for attackers to gain their force charges and force a timeout, or that combine with the nodes to make them truly superpowered big thing defender, challenging attackers to survive at all. Each battle group member places only 1 defender on a single node. Choose wisely the best combination of defenders to ensure victory. Whitelist and blacklist will not exist. Oh, that's nice. And we will not be allowing alliances to ban any attackers. So no whitelist, no blacklist, no bans. Okay. This is what I want to see, though. Here we go. Scoring changes. Along with the changes to the map, I'm gonna keep it hidden. We're making some minor adjustments. I hope it's big. To alleviate the stress of having to deal with these superpowered big things with a maximum focus on defender diversity and attacker bonuses, this is the way we're shaking things up. Let's see what we got. Boss kill, clearing the final node of a battle group. 50,000 points, 1 per... Okay, so that's still the same. Clear the map, get 50,000 points. Completion, you get 2,000 per node traveled. Okay. Attack bonus amount for deathless attack, just 200. 10 per node. Oh. See, there we go. It punishes you, but not terribly for each one. Battle group diversity. And then the winning alliance gets a small 5,000 point bonus. That attack bonus isn't bad. So you lose 10 for each death. So, literally you can die once and it doesn't hurt you too bad. Alliances who maximize their defender diversity on a map will be at a significant advantage compared to alliances who try to maximize on difficulty. A single repeat defender means sacrificing an entire fight's worth of attack bonus, and then some in chasing those extra kills. Playing smart, win big. Now, it shouldn't be hard to do defender diversity. There's 10 champions out there that are tough. Okay, so, ideally you still want to do it deathless, but if you die once, it's not a huge loss. I'd still do it different. I think I would make it an escalating amount for each additional death, but, you got 10 bonuses per node. You die once, it's 190 points instead of 200. That's not terrible. What do you guys think there? That's not bad. The scoring's decent. Well, let's look at it. So let's claim. Let me just go look at one of my rank 4's health pools. We'll take Onslaught because he will be probably a defender. Let's hide my screen here. Oops, let's hide that screen too. So many screens. There, he's got 105,000 health. 105, we'll call it even 105 times. Now, I'm hoping that decimal point is wrong, but oops, 12,000%. He'll have, well, that's not terrible, 12,600 health. Or 12,600,000. 12.6 million health is what Onslaught will have. $12.6 million. Okay. Solo event. Let's see. Because we want to reward participation in Alliance War for a big event such as this, we made it sure to give facelift to the solo event. This is broken down into story progression tiers with a special focus on rank up materials. Okay. So each fight won this season grants 40 points. So you get all of them. You get Is that really it? I don't like that. Granted, it's on top of everything else, so maybe it's okay. Maybe I'm just thinking wrong there, but feels like there could be more there. And then various tiers. Adding Radiance, and here we go. So here's the Radiance mount. They've already put that in other things. No tactic on the new season, it looks like. Now, how much... I hate being that guy. How much you want to bet that that doesn't happen? Or if it does, we get about halfway through and something has to be brought down. I would hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't, but there's that part of me. What are your thoughts? For those Alliance War people out there, for those that are in the big battle groups, that are in the big alliances that do battleground or that do war, what do you think? Joman kind of went into it a little bit earlier. What do I think about Dark Phoenix? I think she's a great champ. I don't think she's a must-have. I don't think I'm spending 36,900 units to get her. Hey, Heinz, you think it's that good, huh? You think it's more? It will be, probably initially, but you're probably going to end up seeing the same fights on the same nodes. It'll all eventually end up being the same fights on the same nodes war after war. You'll see Onslaught on one that makes Onslaught a pain in the butt. I think from a strategy standpoint, I'd love to be one of the strategists. But no more so than they already have, Joman. It is going to be the same rewards as this year. They're just adding in Radiant, or this season, just adding in Radiance. Yeah, Ice, that kind of is weird. I know that they love Alliance War. That is their favorite game mode because it is the one the top-end alliances spend the most on. I don't know. Prestige alliances will be bummed every... Yeah. Exactly. That's the hard part. Who's got the ability right now? I could to rank up a unique rank 4 good defender. A lot of people have Photon. A lot of people have Onslaught. Oops, I'm looking at my roster and you can't see it. Those are the only 2 defenders I've got rank 4. Do I take Gore to rank 4 now? So that we have a Gore at rank 4? Do I take Dust to rank 4? Mangog? Yeah, Joman, she's going to be a good champ. I'm just not going to chase. I don't think I'm going to chase Dark Phoenix. I don't think I want to. Enzo has both Dust and Kindred. Those are sick. Oh, yeah. But Enzo also spends more than I do. And, since For Loki is a more war-focused alliance, I'm going to rank up champions I want for Battlegrounds. They're going to rank up champions they want for war. I don't know. Time will tell. This reads well, but I'm worried. Like I said, a couple things I'm worried about. You have one person who can't make it. War starts tonight, Friday night. Goes through Sunday. You have one person that's going to be out of town for a weekend. Right now, you only need 9 people to clear the map. Yeah, 10 is great. You only need 9 to clear the map. That person misses. Not the end of the world. Whoop, where's the scoring? There it is. Not the end of the world. You lose 2,000 points there. You lose 2,000 points there. So you're down 4,000 points already. Hey, Kurd, what's going on, man? Nice. I honestly want Dark Phoenix and want to learn every little thing about her. I'm probably going to put... Mine is going to depend on RNG, I think. If I get Nick Fury and I get Future Ant-Man quick enough, I may not. I will probably go to the 3 to 4 gem. And I can go back and we can talk about that some. I am worried. I'm worried if that is the future of AW. Oops. Didn't mean to close that out. How many crystals do you think we'll get for these? I don't know. Let me bring that back up here. Let me hide this stuff. Bring this back up. Let's go down to what they said here about Heart of Fire. That's what we know. That's all I know. I'm guaranteeing it's just 1 3 to 4 gem. That's probably my top end. That's probably my top spend. I don't think I'm going to go for Dark Phoenix and do it. Unless when I play her on the CCP, there's something absolutely broken by her, I don't think I'll do it. Yeah, the war thing concerns me. I mean, it's a huge health pool. A 12,000% boost means you're fighting champions with over 10 million health. I'm just going to leave it there. Even at rank 3, it's going to be over 10 million. Granted, they're reducing the health pools, but still, what happens on the fight? You get bad AI. What happens if you have one person who can't make it? And Kurt, yeah, I touched on that. I touched on my, having been somebody who was told out of 30 people that I was the weakest link. You can't hide that weak link anymore. You used to be able to hide them on backup or something like that, or just have them take select fights. Exactly, Heinz. No more 3 to 4 guys. No more me going in and taking 8 or 9 fights. I'm not one of the best ones, but I do it. Is there a video of her gameplay? They showed some on stream. They did I think they showed the deep dive on the stream. Let me go see if I can find it. Give me 1 second here. This is all they showed. Let me make that bigger. I will unmute it so you can hear it, and I will share that. And here you go.
And I guess because he is wood, it's like fits perfectly. It just burns.
That's
burns
right.
So good.
So this was fun. How about we take a look at the real one?
That was all we saw. I don't think there's anything else on her. Nope. Oh, yeah, there was. Sorry.
Deep dive rotation.
There you go.
To begin, focus on your medium ending combos to build up your Ember charges. Use your special 1 to gain more and take advantage of your power gain to launch another. As you're launching your specials, you'll start to inflict your Nova Flame passives. Continue your medium ending combos as you build your way to your special 2. Then, launch to gain your Fury. Now that you're ramped up, get back to launching your special 1 to stack on those Nova Flames while your Fury boosts up those big yellow numbers. Now, if you're up against a defender with lots of armor ups, take advantage of her Pulverize on her Heavy to remove them and gain extra embers. This can speed up your ramp and dish out some extra burst damage, letting you build to that giant Fury a lot faster and melt the opponent with those boosted Nova Flames. And hey, speaking of, her special 3 inflicts permanent Nova Flame, and these can stack up to 3 times, making those Novas tick for lethal energy damage in longer fights where you're able to launch your special 3s. And don't forget, this is Phoenix after all. That Phoenix Rising charge is great if you happen to mess up and need a second chance, regenerating 100% of the energy damage dealt to the opponent while immortal. So, build up those Novas, and between your immortality and your safeguard, don't be scared to take a little risk.
That is
There you go. There, that is Phoenix, or Dark Phoenix. I didn't see anything in there I need to go for. She's also top 5 prestige. Well, there is that part of it. But once again, don't need to go for that either. Yeah, Max, her animations are the same as the other Phoenix. Just a slightly different cosmetic look. Hey, Zemo, what's going on? So, yeah, big news with the AW. That's out there on the forum now. I don't know. What did I think of everything? Kind of go down through the synopsis real quick of... Very interested in the Valiant EQ. Sounds very intriguing. Want to see how that works out. Well, I like the rewards. Rewards there, good. PC launching May 5th. Happy about that. Going to make it so I can auto fight and do other things while I'm working a lot easier. Like Cyclops. Not sure about Yelena. The Phoenix rework, I'll have to play around with her. Not sure I'm all into her either. Dark Phoenix, just talked about. Not into her. Not going to chase her. Heart of Fire, took a hit with Tigra, taking another hit with Dark Phoenix, taking a hit with that Dark Phoenix is not in the crystals. You've got to chase her and spend 36,000 units to get her. Probably won't do that. We'll probably cap at the 3 to 4 gem. That's probably where I'm going to stop the chase. Radiance, great. Big thumbs up for Radiance, big thumbs up for Magic, even if it is a reworked Magic. Or what was the term that they used for it? Wasn't reworked. Overhauled Magic. That was the term they used. What if it's the second to last and I stop at the second to last ice? Unless it's like, spend 36,000 for the Awakening Gem, spend 36,900 for Dark Phoenix. Then I'd go for it. But I have a feeling the gap is probably a little bit bigger. Any more info? Yeah, they showed, let's see if I can find that in here as well. We can show that. Here we go.
gameplay. Screw it up. There we go. Cool. So what you want to do here is you want to...
I don't want to see Dave's gameplay. Let's go get the deep dive.
Oh, I love Champion Time.
I do love Champions. And you know what? There's a little bit of a Summoner's Choice champ that's coming up here. Summoner's Choice? Yeah?
Yeah, Summoner's Choice.
Intercept as often as...
Let's take a look.
To begin, strike the opponent and focus on your 3-hit combos to build your precision passives. Try to intercept as often as possible to make this go faster. Continue this process as you build up to your special 3. But remember, you can't activate it below 20 precisions. Once you're at 3 bars, stand your ground and intercept the opponent with your special 2. If you mess up, don't worry, it'll be unblockable. Immediately after, launch your special 1s until the opponent is knocked down. Now, if you need some extra juice, you can build up to 20 precisions and start your I-Beam Annihilation with your special 3 to stack on even more power efficiency. That way, you could build to maximum damage and unleash those mind-blowing yellow numbers. And hey, that True Focus buff is great for tackling some of those pesky champions who love to evade and make you miss. So, don't be afraid to take Cyclops into those tougher fights and show the world how to lead the charge.
How about...
Yeah, he looks good. He looks, of the ones they announced, he looks to me to be the one I like the most. I touched on it earlier. Yelena, I'm not sure I like the mechanic of, what do they call it? Observation and elimination. Observation where you're doing okay damage, you're not doing a lot, and then elimination, you're doing good damage, and then it goes away. So, AW changes to me are going to make it feel like work rather than a fun game. I mean, it's one fight. It's going to be a long fight. Hope you don't get interrupted during that fight. Hope there's not a damage cap on the fight. Yeah, I think Elena is going to be mostly a defender. I just don't like, I don't know. I mean, that she's going to be a defender, and I think Dark Phoenix is going to be more of a defender because she's got that safeguard buff built into her. And that big heal. Will I go for Dark Phoenix? I don't know. You know, it's going to depend on how that board looks and how the crystals treat me. Blue Cyclops is the second one out, but you can get them as early as the 7th, I believe, when the patch drops, because if you go and you look at, if you did the double track event, he's coming up soon. There is your trade-in for him right there. If you've done it every day, you should be on roughly day 75 right now, 76. So, well, the good thing is it's only 10 points out of 200 based on what they said for the nodes. You can. Ovitz, if you go in, you can buy somewhere. And it may just be on the main store. Let's go to the unit store. They're here somewhere. You can buy catch-up or advance cards to kind of get you like a week. I think a week was like $4.99. I don't know where they're at anymore. I don't know if they're down here at the end. They're somewhere. I know you can get them on the web store. I mean, you could have bought yourself real far ahead. Let's see. Yeah, it's on the web store. You can get a 7-day boost for $4.99. I only see them on the web store, don't see them in game. So, yeah, the war scoring is out there. Let me go back to it, bring that back up. There's the There's the scoring. So you lose one fight, not the end of the world. Even two is not the end of the world, but Ooh, Nemesis, that's not good. What type of alliance are you looking for? Nope, Mike, it is for war, you mean? It is 10 people. Sorry, I gotta stand up here a second. My legs are... It is 10 people, 10 fights, 1 on each fight. And Nemesis, put in here what type of alliance you're working. There's not a whole lot in here. There's 20 some people in here, but we've got some alliance leaders. We've got some others in here. Nope, no main boss. 10 people, 10 fights. Map looks like that right there. And I'm assuming this goes to any one of these, and then the one at the end goes up here. That, I mean, it concerns me. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. You know, like I said, for those that missed it, they spent the last 15 or so seasons trying to minimize the impact that one fight, one person could have on the Alliance War score. Trying to minimize how much one death hurt. They've gone backwards. They've made it more important. Won't finish many AWs? No. You're going to have somebody who gets stuck on a fight. What happens when you have 29 people who clear their fight successfully? You have one person die one time to a 12.6 million health onslaught. And you lose the war because of that. Oh no, Mike, there's going to be, your top end war alliances are going to clear all these fights with no issue. You wanted to minimize the impact of one death. I like Alliance War right now. I don't know if I'm going to like this. I don't like large health pools. I, for one, I will tell on myself, the longer the fight goes, the more I'm going to screw up. I don't have the attention span to do Necropolis level fights without losing focus somewhere along the line. It's just going to happen. Something bad's going to happen, and I'm going to, Necropolis is not a big deal. Something bad happens, you die, you revive. Done. Who cares? It costs you. Here, 12.6 million health, even with the escalating, it's going to take you 5 minutes. I'm guessing 5 minutes per fight. Heck, I can battle. Sometimes I can't make it through a Battlegrounds fight at 2 minutes without losing. Then you have champions like Dark Phoenix, iBomb, who will be a pain in the butt on these nodes. Think about think about Immortal Hulk, iHulk. 12.6 million health. He's going to build up those charges. You're going to kill him. If you don't have somebody that can block that heal, baby, you got another 10 million health to go through. Rank your iBombs or your iHulks now. Serpent, end of life. That's a lot of life that he heals back even at just 5 or 10%. rank up your Gladiator Guillotine 2099s. Finish them off once they hit below 5%. There, she's going to do 5%. It's only 500,000 health, like that though. So yeah, Phoenix regen. Anybody who regens health at the end, if you don't have a heal block on them, it's a timeout. Anybody who percent base heals on defense is going to be huge. That's a huge amount of heals. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I'll clear my fights every week. I'm not going to say I'm going to clear them without a death, but I'll clear my fights every week or every war. And just so you guys know, you're not the only ones feeling this way. Some of the top end alliances are having those conversations as well. Sentinel, he's bound to. That's another 12.6 million. You got to go through Sentinel twice. You could quit. Took what into consideration? The healing or the alliances having a fit? I don't know. It's just, you gotta ask yourself.
I'm sorry. No. Why? Why?
I don't know. What are your thoughts? Mine, like I said, I'll clear my fights. I'm not going to look forward to it. The other thing about it is I won't boost. I am not going to use. Right now, when I do Alliance War, the way I do it is I look at a path, I pick out what minis I'm going to do, and I throw on one set of boosts. I'll boost up big because I'm taking 8 fights. 9 fights, 10 fights, whatever it is. I'll boost. I don't mind using the boosts for that. It's more than one fight. It saves me resources. I'll do that. Am I going to boost for one fight in one war? That I don't think I'm going to get, that I don't think I'm going to get through anyway? I agree with that, show. Shouldn't be an energy to travel in AW. I use units every war because I'm moving through it because I want to use that one set of boosts. That's my choice. But like I said, you have one person who can't make it on a weekend. They're out of town on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Doesn't happen in your big alliances. You lose the attack bonus for that node. You lose the completion bonus. I don't know. I've been on this stream since they announced this, and this was not announced to us early. The first I heard about it was the same time everybody else heard about it. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Am I glad I'm no longer in a war-focused alliance? Hell yes. Today, more than other days, I am so glad I'm not in 4 Loki. The pressure on that one fight. The hell with that. Excuse my French, but yeah. After taking the War Boss and doing some fights this season, I was thinking, hey, maybe I want to go back into Tier 1. Not today. I don't mind fights with health pools in the 300,000 range. I can do those. Those I can focus on. Those I can get through. I am not going to have pressure on me on a fight that is 12.6 million flippin' health. Oh yeah, Jason. And even with reduced health damage, so they only give them a 500% increase to the damage. You can't take a combo in war now and live usually. I'm guessing in there you may be able to take 1 or 2 combos over a 5-minute fight. They've reduced the damage for raids, so you could take some hits in raids, but you can't take that many. Hey, Muhammad, thank you for the sub. Thank you. Saga champs are, you're going to have to use Saga champs, which means everybody's going to have some crappy Saga champ ranked up that they didn't plan on ranking up. A 12 million health Enchantress. Screw that. There ain't no way you can bring her down in one fight. I don't care how good you are. Her crappy RNG, you're going to get intercept, and she's going to be, give you the one where she's untouchable, and you're going to try to go in there and counter her heavy, and she's going to make you miss every time, and she's going to counter and hit you in the face, or you're going to have to try and do that, and when you dex her heavy, at some point in time, it's going to trigger Mystic Dispersion, and she's going to get 2 special ones off without you being able to get all 3 down, and you're going to die. For the most part, Muhammad, the live stream was a W. Alliance War took a big L. To me, Heart of Fire took a little bit of an L. Hey, Zode. I think Alliance War is a step back. I liked where it was. I've loved this season. I've had the most fun of any Alliance War season in a very long time this season. I picked my own champs. I picked my own path. I have fun. If I die, I die. Oh, Serpent block damage. Oh, good gosh, yes. Serpent will be fun kill. Yeah, we talked about that, Jason. Serpent, Eye-Hulk, Phoenix, Kindred. Have fun with them. Eye-Hulk gonna be a bear. Eye-Hulk's got a fairly fairly chunky health pool, and he can heal up a lot. So not only does he have 12 million health, but you kill him, and then he heals up 8 million, and you have to kill him again. I'd have Eye-Hulk on the map just because it's a timeout. I don't know what the time's going to be set, but that's probably a timeout unless you can really ramp damage up. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what node you put him on. If you put him on one, I'm just trying to see if there's any up here that would cause a big issue. I don't know, if you put on one where you can't have debuffs or something like that, something like this. You know, put them on hazard shift, then you can't use a Koya. No, this isn't new Evers contest. This is new AW. They announced a whole new, and it's out there on the forums. I'll go ahead and drop the link here. There's the full breakdown on Alliance War. I'm going to have to see the map. I'm going to have to play it. I don't like it. I mean, this right here. It does say that you can increase your overall damage dramatically. How much is dramatically? It doesn't go into any of that. I mean, the only thing it does up here, force charges are gained via Big Thing challenge nodes, each increasing the damage the attacker takes by 25%. And apparently you can get 20 stacks. So that is a significant chunk of damage if you can pull it off. That is my war's the big thing that I'm concerned about. And Kurd, every alliance says that. But at some point in time, it's not so much that the other alliance members will make somebody feel bad. At some point in time, there's going to be an alliance member who can't finish a fight. You lose the war because that person didn't finish their fight. That person's going to feel bad. That person is going to look at that and say, if I had finished my fight, we would have won. I'm the reason I held 29 other people back. That was always my thing in 4 Loki, and I told him that all the time. If it ever got to the point, and it did, that I was holding the other people back, just ask me and I'll step aside. That's how I am as a person. I don't want to prevent other people from experiencing what they want. I don't want it to be because of me. You're getting it next season. They said it's only 1 season. I see a lot of the upper alliances maybe taking a season off. I was able to get mine, Marco. I don't know. They're going to do a replay. You can always just have a replay in the background and see if you get them that way. Battlegrounds? Heck, I've been talking for 2 hours. You think I can play Battlegrounds now? Who do you think I am? I did win some last night. I'm up to 120 points. Isn't that good enough? Isn't that good enough, Jason? There, I won 3 in a row. 3 in a row? 3 in a row. I got him in game. I know I got the crystals, and I think I at least got the. Let's go see what I have down here at the end of all this. Yeah, there's the 5 energy refills. I don't think I got the revives. That may be what's missing is the revives. Oh well. They'll send out a package or something later to make up for it, I'm sure. don't know. Yeah, you can get it from the Twitch replay. They said they were going to implement that this time, Greatness. All right, we'll do one Battlegrounds match. I talked long enough. We'll see if we can win one. And thanks again out there to Shaft. If you're still around, thank you again for the $20 and the takeover of yourself as the stream boss. Greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. War's going to be interesting. Those chasing Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, hopefully we get it. Oh, I love you too. Maybe I don't. So what are your thoughts? I talked on and on and on and on and on. You guys give me your thoughts for a while. You guys talk it up while I do some battlegrounding here and lose. He's a pain in this meta, Muhammad. I don't like Dex into special too. That's really the main reason. Him with power gain and all that type of stuff just gets to be a pain in the butt. And it's really hard. If he doesn't want to throw a special, it becomes very hard to... Damn. Right at the moment, I have nothing for his Zola. Yeah, I'm getting outdrafted here. I said I loved the guy, and I loved his name, but, yeah, I got nothing for Zola. I got nothing for Serpent either, really. I should just kind of give this one up. Should just quit. But see, you make me play Battlegrounds. I'm really trying to stick to special ones. Yeah, there's no chance. I mean, I have nothing here for anything else that he's got. All Jason's fault. He talked me into this. But we got to fight it out because we used Elder's Marks. I We'll try to get a big special 2 off here. Oh, come on. I did a special intercept there. Thank you. Thank you, game. Yeah, I don't reparry there, show. I've not ever tried any necropites with her, Douglas. I would think she could.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I had nothing there for any of his defenders. That may be the worst draft I think I've ever had. My fingers don't work. Maybe once it comes out for the PC, I can reparry. Maybe. All right, got time for one more. Because I can't end on a loss. I did last night, which felt bad. I felt bad all night long. I ended on a loss. Hey, Joel. I had nothing for you. GG's. That may quite possibly have been my worst draft I've ever had. Let's see if we can get a win here. And of course,
Why?
typically ban him.
Why?
I don't this time.
Why?
What does he get? What does he get? Pretty much there, Mike. You got it. Raids 2.0 minus the damage cap, but pressure. Because you can't die. Going to be tough. Don't really have a whole bunch there for Zola, but we'll try. Probably going to give 2 back that I won earlier today. I really don't know the best way to fight Zola. I know he needs the debuffs, so... Come on. If it wasn't for that stupid invulnerable at the end of the... when you hit a special 2. Why did I do that? Now I kind of killed myself. That fight was good until it wasn't. It was good until it wasn't. Still managed to pull it off, but it was good till it wasn't. He's got me here, though. I think the rest of the way he has a big advantage. Because if it comes down to that last round, his Juggy will take a Tuma in 28 seconds. Oh, I did not get hit by that. And then parried. I just... imploded on that one. Well, we may end up 2 streams here with the ending on losses. Unless I somehow get really lucky here. He should be finished on that fight. He's going to do more damage and be healthier at the end than I was, so. I think we'll try something a little different here, though. Try something to switch it up. Not playing well right now either. That fight was horrible. So was the fight before it. So were the 2 a minute ago. But we're going to give it the college effort, you know, because...
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Let's party! Let's go!
That fight's still 28 seconds. I didn't want you to throw that. Fear. Oh well. Alrighty, folks. That's going to do it for me, though. Everybody have a... Let's see if who's streaming out here that we can go raid. I think that's going to do it for me. Let's go try and raid Ace and see if his Wi-Fi is working any better. There you go. I got to go on with my Friday evening. I've got stuffs to do. Everybody have a great night. I will see you all tomorrow at some point in time. Digest all the information. I got to get my score back up now. And until then, everybody have a great one and take care all. Thank you again, Shaft. Thank you again for the subs. We'll see you. Bullshit. Oh, fucking man. Fuck you, motherfucker. Fucking game shit. It's fucking life. Goddamn you. Shit, more fucking shit. Fuck this shit. Kick his fucking ass. He means kindred. Fuck his mojo. Fuck his rank 4. Something. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Bullshit.